So good evening, my loves. Just relaxing on your mats as we come into this space. Perhaps you've already taken your position lying down or just sort of coming into a seated position, whichever resonates with you in the moment. Notice if you really look forward to the lying down bit. It kind of puts you in a space, I think, a mental space, an emotional space. We start to relax the body. Everything that you've done today, whether you've been busy or whether you've had quite a gentle day, we can just start to unwind. Because even if we haven't done very much or it's been a gentle day, we often still feel it in the body. There's this tension held all over the place. Body gets used to it. We become familiar with our tightness and our aches and pains and tensions. So just enjoying taking a few deep breaths. How does it feel to breathe? Is it a shallow breath this evening? Or was it quite easy to breathe deep into the belly, then feel that openness in the chest as well? Have a moment to visualize grounding down as well. Let any worries, fears, anxiety just fall back into the earth. And then just before we come up, just noticing what you need from your practice this evening. Your mind might immediately answer that, or it might have to think about it. So if you're lying down, just have a few moments to stretch and then hug in and roll. Have a nice rock on the back. And then in your own time, rolling up to seated. We'll start with the lovely mantra mudra. Peace begins with me, where we bring each finger to touch the thumb, and as we do so, we just repeat in our mind, peace begins with me. It's a lovely little practice, and just saying the word peace over and over again, because words and the way we say things holds a certain energy, holds a vibration. We know when we say perhaps more negative or unpleasant words that they have a different feeling inside, but peace and love and compassion, kindness, all these words have a different vibration and order within the body as we repeat them. So it's very healing. So let's just relax, let the eyelids close, sit up but in a comfortable way, and then we'll begin. So peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. And if you want to say it a few times, you can. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me. And just letting yourself go quiet now, perhaps. Take it internally. Relaxed. Staying with your practice. Noticing if your mind wanders. Relaxing your face. And then we'll gently just repeat one more of the mantra, and then we can blink our eyes open. I left us doing the mudra with that mantra the whole time during that practice, because I do find sometimes actually still moving the fingers, it keeps you thinking about the mantra, and it really keeps you in the kind of the flow of the meditation. So it's nice to practice it and try it different ways. So, okay, coming off your cushions if you're on them. And then we're going to come into dragonfly. So a nice wide leg pose. If you have a blanket and you want to, you can just sort of fold it into a shallow fold, and you can sort of try and see what it feels like if you just pop it under the edge of the buttocks. Not so that you're sitting on it, but just so that you feel like the pelvis has a little bit of a tilt forward. It is quite a nice feeling if you want to explore that. And then otherwise, just leaning gently into this pose. You don't have to have your legs too wide. If it is more comfortable on the hips and legs to have them a little bit closer, then please, just exploring there. As you tilt forward, you're going to gradually feel a lovely stretch on the inner legs. Take your time here, just seeing what the body wants to do. And some lovely deep breathing into the belly. Relaxing shoulders. Every now and then you can just explore if there's a bit more space for some movement. Relaxing your legs and any tightness you feel around your knees or your ankles. And just every now and then seeing if you can move further into the pose. Nice deep belly breaths. Lovely for your liver, kidneys and spleen. Keep exploring if there's some movement to lean into this pose more. It always surprises me where I start and where I finish. Can you relax in your body? Are you tight in the belly and the lower back? Notice the breath moving into the upper back. So just one more breath. Notice how far you've come into the pose. It might surprise you sometimes what 5 minutes can feel like through your body. And then we'll just come up slowly. Some days I don't feel like I move into that very much at all. I feel very stiff and rigid. And then other days, like this evening, actually felt like I wanted to move into it quite deeply. Every day is different. So it's always interesting when you come on your mat, what you're going to feel and what it's going to feel like. So resting back, just have a nice moment to wriggle through the body, and then we can start relaxing through the spine, all the back muscles, relaxing the abdomen. It's nice to think and notice where you are in each pose. Sometimes you'll be on the sort of the more gentle end of the threshold of stretch, and in other times you'll be on the stronger end, just depending how it feels and how you feel in that moment. Keep relaxing for a few more moments, breathing deeply, trying to let all the muscles give. If you're still holding tightness and tension, ask yourself why. Do you not feel that it's safe enough yet to relax? What's going on in life at the moment? And then we'll take our knees into chest, gently, one at a time, especially if you can still feel that stretch. And just enjoy a nice rock. Ease out anything in the back. And so now we're going to come into a two-sided twist. If this doesn't suit you, then just choosing another pose that does suit you. So I'm going to just roll up to grab the cushion for my knees and a little rolled blanket for the opposite shoulder. So we're going to start lying down again with the knees bent, twisted roots. Bring the left leg over the right. If that's too much for you this evening, for whatever reason, you can just keep the legs parallel and drop them to the side. It's entirely up to you. So there are variations to make it softer. And then we're just going to roll over. And then if you need to, I like to start with a little bit of support under your left shoulder, that opposite shoulder. And then partway through, you may feel like you can move it or take it away a little bit. So as we come into twisted roots, deep, lovely twist, try to relax your legs. They might slide or slip a little as they find their position, and then starting to soften around the buttocks and lower back. Perhaps the inner thighs are tense. Just seeing if you can relax there. So you're going to feel a lovely deep stretch into the left hip area, buttock, a little bit into the lower back. As you are lying on the mat, if that's a bit uncomfortable, you can always put a blanket under you. And then relaxing, taking your arms wherever you feel comfortable. Relaxing head and neck. This is lovely for your digestive system. So even if you have eaten before your practice, this is okay. We're in a very rest and digest energy. Keep relaxing the inner thighs. Perhaps the backs of your shoulders, upper back. And deep breaths, following the breath moving in the body. Keep relaxing. Every now and then something will probably tense up. If you need to just adjust any of your props just to move a bit deeper, you can do. And then a few more breaths here. And we'll gently come out. If at any time you need to come out of your poses before we all come to the end of them, then please do. If you just know that in that particular moment you've had enough or you're done, please honour your wisdom. And we'll just have a lie down and explore what we feel. Where does it feel quite refreshing in the body, where the chi is perhaps having a little bit of a movement and shift? Just breathe into your belly. Feeling that movement into the lower back. Let's draw knees in. Gently, one at a time, right one, then left one. And just noticing how everything feels as you rock. Bring the head up to knees if that's nice to just get a bit more of a stretch into the back. And then we're going to come into the other side. So you may wish to just pop the cushion over to your left and then some support for your right shoulder. As we come into twisted roots this side. So crossing the right leg over the left if you wish, or you can keep the legs parallel. And then just rolling over. Just taking a few more moments now to get comfortable so you can feel supported in this pose. Deep breath, lets everything soften. Release any tension in the inner legs. On the sides of your waist and lower back. In certain poses, you'll always find certain areas where the tension will always return. You have to keep looking back in those areas. Not the same for every pose. So relaxing as much as you can. Let all your weight be taken with the mat, the cushions. Notice if your tummy is tight. How does this pose feel this evening? Is this side better than the other one? Can you relax more this side? What are you thinking? Relaxing even more if you can. Just have a few moments to notice as you're breathing whether the right side of your body feels like it's moving more. There's more breath movement in the right lung. And you might notice your tummy rumbles a little bit more in any kind of twist pose. Quite normal. So let's just take one more lovely breath here. And we'll slowly come out. You might find sometimes when you come towards the end of the pose, it's when you actually start to really relax into it. And that you probably could stay there a little bit longer. Just have a moment softening back to the mat now. And again, just close your eyes, follow any energetic movement through your body. You might notice a sort of a cool or tingling on the inner thighs. Perhaps through the belly or chest area could be a subtle sensation. And then we'll bring our knees into our chest. And again, enjoy a lovely moment here to rock and roll. There's no rush, you can take your time. As you roll around on your back now, feeling the outer edges, how different does it feel? Nice little massage of the digestive system too. So we're going to come now into supported bridge. So you'll need a cushion here. Not a cushion, a block. And we can have it on the top height. If you're feeling like you need to be a little bit more gentle today, take it onto the lower level. Entirely up to you, however you're feeling. If you have a bolster, then that can also be a nice soft alternative to supported bridge. So let's come into it. We're going to bend the knees, bring the feet to the buttocks, lift the body up, placing that block sort of almost in line with the top of the buttocks and the sacrum and not the lumbar vertebrae. And then just when you're in this pose, because of the way the head is positioned and the neck, try to keep the head nice and straight. If you've come up onto the top level of the block and it really just doesn't feel right for you today, then just lower it down. And that's absolutely fine. So relaxing now, inner thighs, any tension in the buttocks, lower back and waist, and then always returning to the tops of the shoulders and upper back. Sometimes the backs of your thighs, you'll find them tense, and just keeping relaxed. Keep relaxing your shoulders and your thighs and buttocks. It's quite funny because almost immediately after you've relaxed them, you might check there again and they're tense without you realizing. You can follow the lovely deep belly breaths here. So keep checking in, rotating awareness around your body. You might have to continuously keep relaxing certain areas. How does your body feel in this pose this evening? Is it struggling? Are you struggling here? Or now that you've been in the pose a few minutes, does it sort of, you get used to it? Keep relaxing the backs of your thighs and your upper shoulders and back. And we'll just take one lovely deep breath. Very slowly lifting yourself away from the block. And then rolling your spine down one vertebrae at a time. How does that feel? Give yourself a little wriggle and a rock in the pelvis if you need to. Perhaps you can sort of almost feel where the block was still. Nice sort of surge of energy around this lower back area. Nice deep belly breaths, just nourishing any sensation you're feeling. And then we'll bring these in. Lovely hug and a curve to the spine after that. Bridge pose will feel nice. So we're going to come into 2 more relaxing poses now. We'll come into bench. Roll up. And you can grab your cushion. So again, we're taking the body backwards, but in a little bit of a different way. We're targeting the upper back, the thoracic. If you've got a blanket, you can pop it over your legs in preparation for later on and for waterfall next. But take the cushion about 3 or 4 inches away from the back and then lie back so that there's a gap between your body and the cushion, and then it allows you to curve more into your upper back. Make sure your head and neck feel supported. And we just let ourselves relax here. One of my favourite poses. Feeling supported physically. All of our weight can rest on this little cushion, but also it has a lovely feeling of being supported emotionally. Anything linked with our upper back can be linked with our emotional state, whether we feel supported or not in life. Maybe you are an emotional support for other people, which can, as much as we will do this willingly and lovingly, it can be draining. So just taking this pose every once in a while can be quite restorative. Allow yourself to be supported. Often we find maybe it's difficult to allow ourselves to get help or support. Mentally or emotionally, it can be a strange sensation to accept. So when you put your body, your physicality into a supportive position, we can balance that energy that flows through all of the koshas, all of the layers. If we can't accept it in one layer, we can accept it in the physical. Lovely for heart and throat. If you're holding on to something that you really want to say, or you're holding on to something that you know may be unkind, and you don't want to share it, yet it's still being held within your energetic field, then this can help release. So we'll take one more breath here. Lifting the head slowly. Lifting the upper back just a little, enough to take the cushion away, and we'll come down. Let your eyelids close and just for a few moments observe what you're feeling. Is there a feeling of perhaps being stronger and more energized in the heart center? Perhaps there's a feeling of confidence as well, as it also sort of targets a little bit of our solar plexus. There might be a feeling of being in a comfortable place to communicate, verbalize, which comes out through our throat chakra. Even from that lovely gentle pose bench, coming into Shavasana, can you fully relax here? Is there anything else you feel like you can release? And then we're going to come into waterfall. If you want to bring the knees in first, just for a nice gentle rock to ease the back. And then we can use the cushion that we had earlier, pop it under the buttocks, just wedge it under a little bit, and then we can, if you still have your blanket over your legs or your feet, we can come into waterfall as our final gentle inversion pose. And letting the eyelids close gently. If you're in a position where you can rest your feet up against a wall or a cabinet or a piece of furniture, that can always feel quite nice. A little bit more supportive. You may notice your breath feels very gentle. You can draw your awareness to the temperature around your nostrils as you breathe. Cooler as you breathe in, and just slightly warmer as you breathe out. Witnessing your thoughts, what's going through your mind. Were you present just then, or was the mind wandering? How do your legs feel? Do you need to bend your knees just a little bit more? Can you feel a lovely relief in the legs? Just enjoying the quietness, and that's the space you have for your thoughts. So very gently we'll just start to bend our knees, lower the feet down, pull the cushion away, and just have a few moments in Shavasana. Feeling into your body, just being aware of all sensations. Where do you feel a little bit more like there's some more room in your body this evening? We've had forward fold, we've had a backward movement, twist, and inversion. So in your own time, coming into the position that you want to relax into, draw knees in for a moment if you want to. And gently rolling up if that's what you prefer, or staying where you are. Perhaps a few blankets over your body. Even though this last little bit of your practice may be a short time, it's still nice to get comfortable. And the quality of your rest time be good for you. So allowing yourself to become comfortable in whichever position you've chosen. Being aware of the parts of the body that still may need a little bit of support and nurturing. Using anything around you. Just have a few moments as you lie here to follow your breathing. Following the inhale and the exhale. And as you just come into this rhythm of following inhale and an exhale, does it feel deep? Does it feel like a deeper breath than perhaps an unconscious breath? Can you become very aware of the expansion of your rib cage and then its contraction? And you might notice a millisecond of a pause between your next breath, the inhale and the exhale, that gap in between. Just following the way you are breathing now, notice if your exhale is marginally longer than the inhale. Still feeling that coolness as you breathe in, and the warmth as you breathe out. As you breathe, are you fully exhaling, or is there a little bit of breath left in the lungs before, as you inhale again? There are so many components to the breath. The in, the pause, the exhale and a possible pause, the depth of the breath or how shallow it may be, the area in which we breathe within the body. The sensation that you feel at all parts of your breath. And just having a few more minutes to enjoy just following your breath. Beautiful, beautiful practice. So gently now, just bringing your awareness back. Perhaps after I let you go a little bit quiet, your mind did drift a little bit, or maybe it just stayed with the breath a short while longer before it naturally will drift off. And that is the beauty of the body. You're going to be breathing whether you're aware of it or not. We are blessed. So gently moving fingers and toes. Take a couple of deep breaths as well and starting to stretch. Bringing the knees in when you're ready and enjoying a nice roll. And just sort of savouring this energy that you're in for the rest of your evening. Move slowly, move consciously. And often you might find that you have a lovely, deep, nourishing sleep. Notice if you dream, whether you can remember them. So rolling up to seated when you're ready. Taking the opportunity to yet again just ground down into the earth. Roots from your tailbone. And then we can bring hands to heart center. Om Shanti. Namaste.